17 members and associates of the Hells Angels are facing criminal charges in a violent attack.
Federal agents allege the Outlaws sold drugs, traded firearms, and engaged in insurance fraud and even tampered with government witnesses.
We have learned there is cell phone video as well as surveillance video of evidence in this attack.
The U.S. Attorney characterized today's raids as historic, the largest federal bust on organized criminal gang activity.
Retaliation is common for crimes involving biker gangs. However, it could happen anywhere because of how interconnected gangs have become nationwide.
The 3-year investigation resulted in 42 federal indictments on a variety of charges, including racketeering, money laundering, drugs, gambling, insurance fraud, and extortion.
There's a bunch of bikers up here, and they're shooting guns and stuff. I need the police now.
But on foot going towards 2nd Street. Okay, receive.
Then you see a pack of Hells Angels going by, people are going to want to look. Next thing you know, cars, because they're just staring at us and not paying attention to stop traffic.
If you wanted to break the law on an everyday norm, you should have joined a street gang. That's what they're known for. That's what they do. You're not allowed to steal cars on my block. We steal those cars.
I mean, it was so bad by us in Vegas. I was in the pool swimming, and the guys came back. Hey, Pee-wee, the cops are here. They want to talk to you. I said, well, go talk to them. Find out what they want. And they came back. They go, they want to talk to you.
Typically, if you leave the club, if you haven't been in for 10 years, you're automatically out back.
Got put out in 2006. Back in 2007, wound up going into Cannon. 2011. Came out of there. I had 4.5 years to walk off with zero support from that club.
Welcome to this episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about the Outlaws. Do they own the road or not? Before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate everyone that takes time to watch this show. We got a great one for you guys today. So we're going to talk about a bunch of different things. Lindsay, how are you? John and Sadie show, what's going on? Popcorn, shout out to Popcorn. Go check out his show. Go subscribe. Go buy some merch. He's got a whole merch line. Shout out to you, man. Go check out Patreon. A lot of exclusive content on Patreon you cannot see anywhere else. Hey, Richard, what's going on? Richard Nixon. Shout out from the PMNW. Shout out to you, man. Lindsay, thank you for everything you do for this channel. I really appreciate it. Path Killer, what's good? Muggsy, 1%er. Good morning. Love your show. Thank you. So we got another person to expose. What do you know? You know, one thing I will not tolerate, and I don't give a shit who it is, if someone comes on my show and, you know, a lot of times I could tell people are bullshitting, but it takes a little bit of time, but evidence starts coming in, right? And I've compiled quite a bit on this individual, and I've just been waiting and waiting, and now the time has come. And tomorrow is the day of his reckoning. George, the fake Hells Angel Bishop. Yup. He's claiming to be a Hells Angel president. But I got confirmation. He is not a member of the Hells Angels, never been a member, never was. He's not related to the Bishops. He keeps showing these pictures and say it's Billy Bishop. It's not Billy Bishop. I spoke to Doug the Thug's son, and the pictures he's showing are of Doug the Thug. What do you know? All of his story is bullshit. You're not going to come up on my channel and lie to people. Because once I find out and get the information, what do you think I'm going to do? Just sit back and let you tell the world some bullshit? Hell no. I'm going to double back, and we're going to straight up expose you, George Courtney. What happened to Bishop? Oh, yeah, you put that on there because you're not related to Bishop. Total bullshit, and we got the proof. And then you guys don't want to miss on Wednesday night at 10 o'clock, we got popcorn. We're going to be doubling back. And then tomorrow, we got another one that we're going to be doing. Or no, this is the next day. Guess who that is in a Red Devil cut? Huh? Does anyone know? And in a Sinister Souls cut. That is Caleb Harris, the fake pagan. He is absolutely not a member of the Pagans. He was at one point a while ago. He got booted from the club. And there are no Lou Dobkin tapes. They're all fake. So how do you go from being a member of the Red Devils to jumping over to the Pagans? I thought if you're in like a big club like that, you're not even supposed to join another big club. I thought that was against the rules, but I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't try to even insinuate that I was ever a member because I wasn't. These people they must have lost their mind. They must have literally lost their mind to come on a show and lie and think it's not going to be found out. The truth. Like, I mean, mental health is alive and well in 2025. I could see that every day on the internet. You can see it all over. People are delusional these days. But for people to wear fake patches and claim to be something they're not, it's just crazy. I don't understand what is going through your mind when you do something like that. Like, do you really think you can get away with it? Just very weird. Only weirdos would do stuff like that. But anyway, we're going to talk about a bunch of things today. First, I want to show you a video of a black bear that's in my town. Let's check it out. Big ass black bear. Look at this. Look at this damn bear. It's huge. This is up near the hospital. Look how big this fucking damn bear is. Huge. I definitely wouldn't want to run into that bear. They do have like a bear problem around here in Connecticut. Imagine you came out of your house and you run into that. Like, come on. And it's hungry. You know it's hungry. That's what they do, right? They fill up on food before the winter comes, and then they hibernate. But they're out looking for food so they can, go into hibernation in a few months. Look, it just walks right through the bushes like nothing. It's crazy. Look at that thing. I've come across bears that are that big in Bristol. It's pretty insane. Look at this picture that's been circulating. I thought you guys would enjoy that one. But anyway, let's start it off. We're going to talk about this guy. One arrested, two still wanted in Midland assault case tied to gang dispute. This guy's last name is Monroe. He's 17 years old. He was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. Alejandro, his name is. This is in Midland, Texas. One of 3 individuals wanted in connection with a May aggravated assault case in Midland was arrested Friday. The names of the remaining suspects are redacted in the affidavit, but they have confirmed that the warrants have been issued for 2 other men. Devon Lavarro, Aiden Navarti, both remain on the run and are tied to the case. According to the affidavit obtained, Midland police responded to a dispute involving weapons on May 20th, 2025, around 2:23 a.m. within the Midland city limits. Upon arrival, officers found multiple victims with varying injuries, including scratches on the arms, legs, hands, and back, developing bruising and bleeding. One man had a large scratch on his leg and was unable to stand or walk. Another person was transported to Midland Memorial Hospital for treatment. Witnesses told police that they were at a residence playing a game and preparing to watch a movie when they noticed via social media that a fight was expected involving the current and former members of a young and dangerous gang, they call themselves. One individual reportedly decided to leave the gang, prompting the planned confrontation. When the group realized they were outnumbered, they went back inside and called their parents. A physical fight later erupted in the front of the home. The altercation allegedly began with the 17-year-old Alejandro and multiple others attempting to fight. A father intervened to assist someone being attacked. Another man arrived on a motorcycle and was struck multiple times in the head and stomach. He later reported falling and hitting his leg on the concrete and said he was also struck in the jaw, causing a busted lip. He described feeling metal hit his teeth during the assault. A juvenile female then entered the fight, and another victim reportedly received scratches from a physical altercation, caused physical pain. A special needs family member was also reportedly assaulted by the YND members and others that were present. Monroe later left the scene with 2 juvenile females. According to they discovered brass knuckles both in the street and at the front door of one of the residences. The residents denied ownership of the weapon. Video evidence reportedly showed a man with brass knuckles wrapped in a bandana. In a separate jail phone call, an unidentified suspect was recorded saying he dropped someone during the fight. See, that's one thing. You go to jail and you start talking shit on the phone, you're done. Like, they record all those calls and they listen to them. One victim said he had to visit a dentist following the assault and required bonding work to prevent a tooth loss due to the injuries. Arrest warrants were later issued for Monroe, Lavarro, and Naravet. Monroe has since been arrested, and the other 2 remain at large. So I thought this case was interesting. But there's a bunch going on. You guys know they had that big planned event of the Hells Angels up in Canada. Well, 100 of them have been banned from businesses. Like, this is crazy. It's kind of like discrimination, don't you think? More than 100 Hells Angels members were barred from city businesses, but no arrests at the annual gathering. You know, the cops put out bulletins about this gathering saying that they were expecting some kind of violence to happen. I mean, they do this shit all the time. But you guys know Sturgis is coming up on the 1st. It's the 1st through the 10th. And who knows? I keep hearing all kinds of things that might happen. during Sturgis. What do you think's going to happen at Sturgis this year? Because I think some new members on the block are going to be at Sturgis. We all know who that is. And do you think it's going to be a problem at Sturgis? Those are one of the questions. That's one of the questions I have for you guys. So put the answers in the comment. Hardwire, what's going on? Judah Bruise, Brando, what's good? Shout out to Florida. Miklo, 1%er, what's good? Thank you for joining me today. Miklo, we got to have you come on and explain some things. I think people will get a better perspective if you come on. Biker News Canada, what's going on? Shout out to you, man. So, dozens of Hells Angels members were barred from city businesses, but police laid no charges against any of the hundreds that came to the city for the annual national gathering over the weekend. Operators of businesses throughout the city notified law enforcement about the presence of the motorcycle club members. 145 of whom were ejected under the Province Gaming, Liquor, and Cannabis Act, police said. I think it's discrimination. No arrests were made in relation to the ejections, police said in a press release. About 10 tickets were issued to Hells Angels members for traffic and parking violations. They added, but the public impact from the bikers' presence was minimal. Due to planned and resources in place, that's definitely not the case. These cops want to take the credit for the shit. Nothing happened because nothing happens. They don't go there looking for trouble. The police said and other law enforcement agencies that disruptions in the city-wide Hells Angels Motorcycle Club event held from July 18th through the 20th, 2025 in Calgary was reduced considerably. Those actions are taken to prevent the bikers from intimidating members of the public. But listen, some of the members of the public still felt intimidated and had to eject these guys from their businesses. So I don't want to hear that shit. A senior member of the club said the only irritant for he and his colleagues was being barred from restaurants and other businesses. And the event otherwise went without incident. Nothing ever happens during them. I never heard of any issues, said the man who chose to remain anonymous. City police said they closely monitored the club members they considered part of organized criminal group, and that plainclothes intelligence officers from across the country were also present. Yeah, there were probably members. There were probably cops that were members in the group. Club members were well aware of the police presence, but weren't put off by it, he said. I have no complaints. We're so used to it, it doesn't even faze us, said the man who insists he and his Calgary colleagues are simply working men in a motorcycle club. Hosting the Hells Angels members, something Calgary clubs thrive on, says member. Most of the gathering was held at the Hells Angels Calgary Clubhouse on 84th Street Southeast, where a circus tent was set up for a party held Friday and Saturday. The senior members said about 600 full-fledged members and those with support clubs were in attendance. And AC/DC tribute band, and they consumed a lot of beer, but used shuttle buses for those who were impaired to avoid impaired driving. So they were shuttled back and forth to their hotels. He said hosting their colleagues from across Canada was a point of pride to the two local chapters whose members are about 25 It was originally supposed to be in Nanaimo. Sorry if I'm butchering these names. But there was some reason they couldn't put it on, he said. We've done it in the past. It's something that we thrive on. A national gathering held in Calgary in 2017 to mark the 20th anniversary of the club, established in the city, passed without incident. Last summer, the Hells Angels set up a chapter in Lethbridge, an event closely monitored by police there. In February 2001, the trial began in the case of former Calgary club president Kenneth Scrisbra, who was plotting to blow up the homes of an alderman, Dale Hoggs, and two other people. Hoggs was a strong opponent of the Hells Angels clubhouse being built. He was later found guilty. City police raided Hells Angels Calgary clubhouse in Ogden, right? And other locations in March of 2001, seizing 11 kilograms of cocaine and other drugs along with weapons. Charges were laid against 43 people. 8 of them were members of the club's chapter. And it doesn't say what happened with that case. But I think it's discrimination for them to kick them out of different establishments. For what reason? Tommy, what's good? Travis, how are you? Sounds like a good time. Definitely does. Had my photo taken by the FBI and shit in Jersey, but they hid. But not well at all. They are obvious. Spot them a mile away snapping photos. I've had them take pictures of me one time. About 4 years ago. I was at the beach. And I look over. And there's 2 of them. And when I notice who they are, right? I start walking over. And they start running. I'm like, well, where you going? It was funny. So in other news, we're going to go to North Carolina. So North Carolina, they are hosting a training for dealing with outlaw motorcycle gangs. You believe that shit? So NPD is hosting training to handle motorcycle violence. This is in Monroe, North Carolina. Monroe Police Department is hosting an up-and-coming 3-day, 24-hour training program designed for patrol officers, investigators, and crime analysts, and supervisors who may be called upon to respond to incidents of violence involving outlaw motorcycle gangs and their members. According to the MPD press release, the training will also teach how to develop plans to prevent violence at gatherings by pre-planning for events set to occur within our particular area. Attendees will receive critical training in all aspects of dealing with outlaw motorcycle gang members and their associates, including legal and ethical considerations that should be considered during the contact to prevent frivolous lawsuits in action. Initial response to incidents of violence, crime scene, processing, and subsequent investigation for successful prosecution, planning for major runs and events, weapons, narcotic, concealment techniques. So they're going over all aspects of dealing with motorcycle clubs, and they're like specifically targeting that. Like, that's crazy that they have specific training just to go after motorcycle clubs. It's insane. It really is. Thank you for that. Mad Tink, what's going on? How are you? Path Killer, what's good? So today, we are going to talk about the Hell's Angel that says you do not pass me without asking permission. That's the way it works in the MC world. That's what he says. He says that's the way it works. So let's take a look at this video, and I want to know what your opinion is on this whole situation. Let's check it out. Give me 1 second.
It don't matter, I'm cruising. Yeah. We're going so slow. It don't matter, I'm cruising. Yeah. I don't care. Yeah, that's what it work that way. It don't work that way. Okay, that's the way it is in the MC world. You do not pass me without asking permission.
Do I need to ask permission to pass the car too?
No, that you don't do.
We waited, dude. I waved at you, tried to get your attention.
I didn't want to come up behind you in the blind. I would have been an asshole in the corner. I said I was going to punch you in the corner. I was going to be an asshole, but like, I don't want to be an asshole when you're supposed to be straight away. But you coming in this way to me, talking to me like that. I get that. I get that. I'm trying to explain to you how it works. Okay. You were
trying to be disrespectful.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice. Like I said, I was trying to be. I didn't want to be. I was gonna be an asshole. For real, I was gonna be an asshole. You were going so slow in the corner. That's my job. Well, that's my deal. No, that's what I'm saying. I was being nice. I would let you guys get out of the corner and be in the straight away.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
What do you guys think of this situation? He said I was going to be an asshole. I think that guy's in a support club. You see, he has the cookie patch that says support your local outlaws. I don't know if he's in the club. I can't tell. I don't see any outlaw patches except that one, the support patch. But what do you think of this situation? Do you think other bikers need to ask permission before they go around one percenters? Like, what is your opinion on this situation? Should other bikers have to ask outlaw bikers permission to go around them? He's saying this is how it works in the MC world.
We're going so slow. It don't matter. I'm cruising. Yeah. I don't care. Yeah, that's what it work that way. It don't work that way. Okay.
You see what it said, right? It said 30 and a 45. We are going to pass you, Grandpa. So he was doing no way, Staxx. Not if they're alone. Yeah, I don't think you should have to ask permission. You're not a part of their club. You don't have to live by their rules. I mean, it's just, I think it's ridiculous. There's multiple videos of people getting mad that other bikers are going around them. You know, a lot of people that ride Harleys, I don't know, but it seems that they don't like people that ride sports bikes. It's all different depending on where you're at and who you're around, but from what I can gather is that a lot of people that ride Harleys don't like sports bikes. You know, they're like younger people are into like sports bikes and stuff like that. But it says here that this guy was doing 30 miles an hour in a 45 zone. So these other people went around him. Citizens don't do 1% rules as a rule. Well, this guy wants them to.
We're going so slow. It don't matter. I'm cruising. Yeah. I don't care. Yeah, that's what it work that way. It don't work that way. Okay, that's the way it is in the MC world. You do not pass me without asking permission.
Do I need to ask permission to pass the car too?
No, that you don't do.
He said, do I got to ask permission to pass a car too? He said, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work that way in the MC world. If you pass me, you got to ask permission. No, I don't think you do. He's not a part of anyone's club. I think if you're not a part of a club, you don't live by their rules. You do whatever you want, you know? He's trying to punk a civilian and it ain't working out for him. No, this guy ain't having it. Antonio, what's up? Jaman, what's going on? How fast was he going? He was doing 30 and a 45.
You're going so slow.
It don't matter. I'm cruising. For like 5 miles.
I don't care. That's what it work that way. It don't work that way. Okay? That's the way it is in each world. You do not pass me without asking permission.
Do I need to ask permission to pass the car too?
No, that you don't do.
We waited, dude. I waved at you, tried to get your attention. I didn't
Nice,
want to come up behind you in the blind.
I would have been an asshole in the corner. I said I was going to punch you in the corner. I was going to be an asshole, but like, I don't want to be an asshole when you're supposed to be straight away. But you coming in this way to me, talk to me like that. I get that. I get that. I'm trying to explain to you how it works. Okay? You were
trying to be disrespectful.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice. Like I said, I was trying to be. I didn't want to be. I was going to be an asshole. For real. I was going to be an asshole. You were going so slow in the corner. That's my job. Well, that's my deal. No, that's what I'm saying.
He said that guy, the supporter guy, goes, "That's my deal. My deal's to be an asshole." How do you ask? I don't know. You get their attention. Like, is it okay? Nah, I don't think you should have to ask anybody to do anything. I mean, I think you should be respectful, right? If people are riding in a pack, you don't just burn by them. Because, I mean, you got to respect other people. Because if they're riding in a pack and you just burn by them, you don't know if someone's going to come out of the back and go around, or you probably should get a signal that it's all right to go around. But I think if there's a couple guys riding, you shouldn't have to ask them permission. It's just crazy.
I was being nice. I will let you guys get out of the corner and be in the straight. Okay.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
And this was a girl with them. And she's like, yeah, no, we ain't hearing it.
I don't care. That's what it work that way. It don't work that way. Okay? That's the way it is in each world. You do not pass me without asking permission.
Do I need to ask permission to pass the car too?
No, that you don't do.
We waited, dude. I waved at you, tried to get your attention. I didn't
Nice,
want to come up behind you in the blind.
I would have been an asshole in the corner. I said I was going to punch you in the corner. I was going to be an asshole, but like, I don't want to be an asshole when you're supposed to be straight away. But you coming in this way to me, talk to me like that. I get that. I get that. I'm trying to explain to you how it works. Okay? You were
trying to be disrespectful.
Yeah, I was trying to be nice. Like I said, I was trying to be. I didn't want to be. I was going to be an asshole. For real. I was going to be an asshole. You were going so slow in the corner. That's my job. Well, that's my deal. No, that's what I'm saying. I was being nice. I will let you guys get out of the corner and be in the straight. Okay.
Thank you. Y'all have a good one.
I'm gonna try to find this other one. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. I'm trying to find that other one. There's so many damn videos. I got too many. That one I can't play on here. No. A lot of them are too graphic for YouTube. I'm trying to find the damn video. I can't find it. I'll find it for tomorrow. But here's the video that they put out before all this stuff up in Canada, right?
Motorcycle gang is
I remember when people used to be terrified of bikers, especially diamonds. Now this culture is watered down with wannabes. Things like that happen more than needed. 100%. I remember when people wouldn't even speak on this topic. Like, they wouldn't. I remember when the mob was like that too. Remember? Like, if you dared to go on TV or anything like that and talk about the mob, you wouldn't do it back in the day. It was a no. You just didn't do it. People were terrified. And it used to be the same way about this biker community. But you're right. Things have changed quite a bit. Social media and people being on social media. A lot of times in different clubs, they're not even allowed to go on social media. And it doesn't matter if this chapter is allowed to go on. If this chapter has a rule that you can't go on social media, they stick by it. They don't do interviews. They don't talk to people. So, I mean, things have changed quite a bit. But this is the article or newscast they did before this whole Calgary thing with the Hells Angels. And listen to what they were saying before it all transpired.
The Hells Angels motorcycle gang is expected to return to Calgary, prompting a heads up from police. On Friday, the Calgary Police Service says it will increase officer presence across the city to monitor the group's activities and ensure all laws, including traffic regulations, are followed. Police say there is no increased threat to public safety and point out that similar gatherings elsewhere in Canada have typically been uneventful. CPS is encouraging Calgarians who witness any suspicious activity to call police or Crime Stoppers.
You see what I'm saying? They tried to put fear in people. Like, oh, it's they're coming to town. Watch out, lock your doors. Nothing even happened. They don't go there for a problem. They're going there to hang out with each other. Like, what's the problem? I think the media is twisting the narrative on these clubs, and that's one of the reasons why I'm even here, is to show you guys that these are normal people. They're just people with patches on their back. And clubs are not gangs. They're not a criminal enterprise. People don't join a motorcycle club to make money and kick up to the boss. That's not how it works. They join a motorcycle club. Some do it for different reasons, for brotherhood. Some do it because they have no one else in their life. It all depends on the reasons why. I've interviewed so many different club members, and there's a lot more on the way. You guys remember Jeremy, the ex-bandito? I interviewed him again, so he tells me some really good stories. You guys are going to enjoy that one. Don't miss tomorrow. The fake Hells Angel president, the guy who's never been a member. I mean, delusion is real. It really is. It's like they just come pouring out, right? This guy should go hang out with Bull Harris and start their own club together. They make a perfect match. But I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. Don't miss tonight is Natty. She tells me about her friend Sammy that was murdered in Waterbury, Connecticut. Tonight, 10 p.m. Don't miss it. It's about an hour and some change long, so it's a pretty good interview. Don't miss it. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you want to help out the show, hit up the Cash App at Chattin with Staxx. If you want to be a guest and tell your story on Chattin with Staxx, just hit up my email at billstaxx2021. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's brother, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys. And if you don't like this show, too fucking bad. Start your own podcast. I appreciate all you guys. And remember, don't be a bitch.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.